Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Really excited. We have another road trip here to kind of walk you guys through. This is my 2016 Model X here. And this is the older version. Some of you may be looking to pick up a nice used Tesla. This is a really good option for you to take a look at. We love this car, not selling it. Love this car. We have about 72,000 miles on this car. But we were able to acquire this brand new in 2016. And one of the amazing things about this is that we got unlimited lifetime supercharging. So we drove this car up a couple days ago, all the way up here to Portland, Oregon, and into Vancouver. If you've seen any of my other videos that are available, I'll put the links down below for you. And now we're gonna be driving all the way back down to Pleasanton, California. Sorry about the road noise here. We have my wife, my two kids, and our 45-pound golden doodle in the car. Car's fully loaded with frunks, got a number of items directly in there, and then we also have the full back of the car fully loaded. So overall, the car is looking really good, and we've got everyone loaded in here. We're going to do a road trip. You can see my kids all and the dog all here looking good. Lewis has his new Voodoo Donuts hat on, which looks totally awesome. So if any of you are familiar with Portland, Oregon, they have a really cool donut place called Voodoo Donuts. Anyways, we're gonna be doing this in a straight shot. It's about a 12-hour drive from Portland all the way down to Pleasanton. Right now we're showing a number of superchargers. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that's gonna look like for our trip. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in Pleasanton here. Okay, Pleasanton, California, 544 miles. It's gonna do its calculations. So all the way up here in Portland, all the way down to Pleasanton. That'll take a minute or so to figure that out. To let you know where we're starting off here, we have 214 miles on the battery right now. Now, since this is an older,
turn left onto Southwest Kaler Street.
Since this is an older Tesla, this battery really only goes up to about 230 miles on the battery, 227 or so. So it has degraded a little bit over time. I think when we first got this car, it was about 250. Oh wow. So it has degraded a little bit, which is normal for any kind of EV battery that's that long. It's 77 degrees out. Believe it or not, it's actually just starting to sprinkle out here right now. And overall, it's been really, really nice over the last couple days. So looking at our map here, it looks like we're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chargers on this battery. So it looks like it's going to take us a good 12 hours or so to get all the way home. But overall, not too bad at all. So that's going to get us there. And I'm going to document each one of the chargers so you guys can see how well we're doing on the drive. And hopefully we get back at a reasonable time late this evening. So we'll be doing some lunch and some dinner on the road and trying to let the dog get out and do his thing, and for us to stretch our legs. So let's get started on this road trip. So we are in Creswell, Oregon, and very small supercharger. This is just slightly south of Eugene, Oregon, if you're familiar with that area. But you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chargers here. Pretty small. Not a lot of good food options. So there is a TJ's, you can see right there. This is like a, I don't know, like a family hamburger salad kind of place. My wife got us a seat outdoors, which I think is going to be good because of the dog. And then there's a China Walk. Not sure what that is over there. So that doesn't look too appetizing, but fairly decent. On the other side of the highway here, you can see the major highway right there. On the other side of that, there is a Dairy Queen, but not sure if I want to walk all the way over there where the car is charging. So we're gonna just go ahead and go to this TJ's. It looks fairly decent, and we can bring the dog, which is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug the car in here. So pretty simply plugging it right in, and then let's wait for the green light. Let's wait for the green light. So once we get the green light, we know that we got the charge going. Now we're gonna check the computer and see what kind of speed we're gonna get. Since this is the older model, we're not gonna get the 250 kilowatts, but I think the fastest we can get on the older Teslas is 150. Let's see what this one's jumping up pretty quick, but it tends to level out around 130 something, which is still great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like that a lot. So I have no problem with that. You know, with my newer 2021 Model S long range, I definitely can get the 250 in that car. So that's more one of the more updated Teslas. So that's really helpful. So this is going to charge away. We're supposed to be here about 40 minutes. So we're going to grab some lunch, and then our next stop will be Medford, then Red Bluff, California, then Fairfield, and then to Pleasanton. So right now it has us showing up at home really around 1:23 a.m. But I'm hoping we can shave another 20 minutes off of that if we can. So we're gonna get started here. All right, thanks guys. Okay, just got done charging here. We're about 210 miles. Now it's 86 degrees outside. We're gonna get on the road here, just loading up, and then let's see our next. Let's see where our next charge is. Going to be Medford, and we should have 21% on the battery. And oh boy, is that right? Is it Medford? Yeah, it is. So 6:05 p.m. So this is going to be a 2-hour and 20-minute drive, 153 miles. So we're going to it's probably going to be one of our longer stretches on this battery. So it says we should make it, and we should have looks like about 21% when we get to Medford on the battery left. So not a problem at all. We're going to get there around 6:05 p.m. local time. Right now it's almost 4 o'clock. So so yeah, about 2 hours and 20 minutes. All right, just got to Grants Pass, Oregon. Gonna charge up here. I think this place is only 150 kilowatts. Long trip. That last one was 2 hours and 20. So definitely gonna walk around, get adjusted to that. Let's see how the charging's going here. Right now we got all the way here with only 30 miles on the battery. So definitely in the yellow. And it's dialing up here. It looks like we're gonna be here for about 40 minutes, guys. Okay. Everyone's getting a little tired and cranky from the road trip, including myself. All right. So trying to boost up here. Come on, get that going. And let's see. Yeah, since we have unlimited supercharging, we don't have to worry about that. So again, any car that has unlimited supercharging is pretty amazing. So Grants Pass, and then we're going to be going to Mount Shasta, which looks like it's going to be, let's see here, we're going to get on the road here around 6 something, and that's 7:55 p.m. so probably an hour and 40 minutes to get to Mount Shasta. Then we have Dunnigan, which we also hit up when we were on our way up here. So we'll hit it again on the way down. And then we right now are showing a time of 1:37 a.m. So we did shave off a little bit. Originally, we were looking at about 2 a.m. To actually get to Pleasanton. So we were able to shave off about, looks like a good 20 minutes. So we'll see how that goes. And that's pretty good considering at the last place where we ate, we actually stayed a little bit longer. So this is saying now 35 minutes to continue our trip, and we're about 100 kilowatts. So hopefully it goes up a little bit more. So we'll see. One thing that's pretty interesting is you can see the kilowatts there is at 100, but it had dropped down to like 75, even though we're only about halfway through our charging, and little less than halfway through. But and the reason why is you never know with these superchargers how they're going to do it. But right now, no cars to our left, no cars to our right. So overall, that's one of the reasons it has jumped like that. But look at this. Right now it's saying 0. So not really sure what that means. We'll have to take a look here. Let's see what's going on back here. It's still showing green there. So that's why you got to keep an eye on this at times. There it goes. And now it's jumping back up. You never know with these superchargers how it's going to respond. So it jumped back up. Looks like it's holding solid at 100. I wonder if there's some kind of limiter at this particular supercharger in Grants Pass. So if any of you know, please put that in the comments below. I'd be very curious to understand that. But it was really strange when the car was next to me and he just left. I was only getting 74 kilowatts, 74 to 75. Then he left and it jumped back up to 100, which seems to be the max we're gonna get here. So either because of the car or because of the supercharger. I think it's more of the supercharger, because we definitely, look at this. That is so strange. It just dropped way down. Not sure why it's doing that. That is so strange. Kind of makes me nervous why that's happening. Let's see if it goes back up here in a second. I hope so. It's making me pretty nervous. There it goes. So hopefully that's just the supercharger that's doing that. But yeah, if any of you know why it does that, please let me know. It's very strange. I've never seen that kind of behavior before. But you guys are seeing it firsthand here. That's just really strange. It seems like we're still charging. I'm not sure what the computer's doing there. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you guys have ever seen anything like this before. Again, I'm at the Grants Pass Supercharger. All right, so as you guys already know, we're at the Grants Pass Supercharger. Kind of give you a layout here. It's right next to a Black Bear Diner, which is something I love to eat. You have a lot of food options here at this supercharger, south of Portland, Oregon. So you have a McDonald's, there's a Denny's over there, a number of gas stations, there's a Travelodge right here. Chargers are way back there in the corner. If you can see through the lights, so back there you can see the chargers. And so we're charging away there. But a lot of different options here. Best for food is probably the Black Bear Diner right here. But there's a Taco Bell. Actually, I've been to that Taco Bell before, so a number of different options here in Grants Pass. Looks like there's a Wendy's down there too, which is nice to have. So a number of good options here. There's a couple of other smaller hotels and motels. There's a Quinta, a couple other options here as well. Oh, there's an In-N-Out burger up there behind Denny's. So number of good options here. All right, we are back here at the Mount Shasta Supercharger. We actually hit this place up on our way here. So this was another long stretch. No one is currently here right now, so just us. We're gonna plug in and get this going here. And then we're gonna try to eat some food at this Puerto Vallarta Mexican restaurant. So I'll let you guys know how that is. Let's go ahead and get this plugged in here. There we go. And hopefully it'll negotiate here. Well, I have a bit of a story to tell you. So we got into Mount Shasta Supercharger last night. You see Mount Shasta there in the background behind the trees there. But we got in here last night around 9:20 p.m. looking for a quick charge so we could continue our trip home. And as it turns out, the entire supercharging network was out. It was offline. There was a lot of power offline, but there was part of the grid was still on because the hotel here and the restaurant across the street there was actually still fine. So anyways, we didn't know what to do. We only had about 14 miles left on the battery when we got here, and none of the superchargers here worked here at Mount Shasta. There's another set of superchargers up there right behind that Mexican restaurant, but overall none of them worked. In fact, they have some Rivian chargers kind of around this Best Western here on the other side. A bunch of Rivian chargers, by the way, which I didn't even know existed, but a bunch of Rivian chargers, and they were all offline. So it had something to do with these, I guess, bigger chargers or more drain. But anyways, the power grid was all off. We ended up using the mobile app to contact Tesla support, which was fairly quick. They responded within a few minutes and basically looked it up on their computer and realized that they had no idea why the grid was off here. We went into checked some smaller regional chargers around the area. The closest one, their power was off too. There was another one available, but only 10 kilowatts an hour. So we didn't think that was worth it. We didn't know if the power was going to come back on in an hour, couple hours. We were planning on getting dinner while we charged, but they have a pretty good restaurant inside of this Best Western here in Ashland, just in case you guys ever come here. Very friendly hotel. So for any of you that are looking to spend the night halfway through your trip from California up to Portland or Vancouver, great hotel. It's not, by no means is it a 5-star hotel. It's I think a 2 or 3-star hotel, but it's clean. You have everything you need. It's not too expensive. In the summer months, it's absolutely more money, but not too bad. I think we spent about $250, but we ended up getting a suite. So anyways, my challenge was what to do with only 14 miles on the battery. So I thought, well, look, maybe I'll just plug into the regular slow charger, which is not very good at all. You get about 3 miles an hour. And then I was kind of thinking, maybe I plug into that. I'll get about 30 miles on the battery overnight. Add that to the 14 miles that were already on there. And maybe that'll get me to the next supercharger if for some reason these don't come back online. So that was kind of my thinking there. So we plugged in. The car was actually on the other side of the building over there. Plugged in the car, started getting charged. We had to, a lot of the restaurants were closed because they all closed around 10. So we were kind of, what are we going to do for food? Luckily, there's a grocery store up there, just up there on the other side of the tree. It's walking distance, about 2 blocks. So we went into the grocery store and we're able to get some just a bunch of frozen food here and there, and some Hot Pockets for the kids and things like that. And we're able to get a couple items. Believe it or not, the store itself was running on generators. So they had half their power up, and we were able to get what we needed. Anyways, we came back, got settled in. Anyways, I checked the app around, I don't know, 11 p.m. And then realized that the chargers were on. Actually, we were walking the dog to use the restroom before we went to bed for the evening around 11, and then realized that all the superchargers were back on. So I drove the car back here last night, right before midnight, plugged it in, got a full charge. Obviously, I was able to just leave it here. I don't even know if you're allowed to leave your Tesla at a supercharger anymore, but my particular one is unlimited lifetime charging, so I knew that there wouldn't be any overage charges. So I just went ahead and risked it. I also thought, there's a few chargers here, not many at this hotel, but there's a whole bunch just on the other side of that. So if anyone was passing through that needed to charge, I wasn't going to take up too much room just with one. But there's 12 or 14 stalls on the other side of that Mexican restaurant right there. So anyways, so we ended up charging up full. I just left the car here, got up this morning, and was able to grab the car. So anyways, the lesson to learn here for myself is, don't ever show up to a supercharger with only 14 miles left, because you have no possibility of getting to any other one. I think you always want to try to get at a supercharger with at least 40 miles or so, just in case anything like this happens and you need to jump to another charger. I believe we were lucky given this situation. I've been to this particular supercharger here in Ashland numerous times, probably 10 times. There's a annual trip I usually take from Pleasanton up to Bend, Oregon, and so I've been at this charger many times before. Never have had a problem with this charger. It's always been available for us, never had any problems at all, so I was not expecting this. So anyways, the lesson is, don't show up with very, very low charges. You're basically risking that. We were lucky that this hotel was so nice and pleasant. The host here, I don't even remember the gentleman's name, but I got to tell you, he was really nice. He was trying to help us figure out how to get some food and helping us walk through some things. So very, very nice individual. It is beautiful here, so I can't argue with that. It's about 8:30 a.m. right now, and it's a really nice 65 degrees out, but the sun's out. Very nice. Feels really good on my back. But overall, the car's done well. I mean, I can't argue with that at all. We're gonna head back down today. I do have a number of work calls I'm going to be doing in the car while we're driving. As you guys know, the audio system in the car and the Bluetooth technology is excellent, so it's really great to do work calls. And in fact, the time goes by really quick when you're working on things with coworkers while you're driving, so that's always helpful. But we should make it home in a couple hours, or I think it's about 6 hours or so, 7 hours, no, 6 hours or so to make it home. And yeah, so anyways, I wanted to definitely add this portion into the video so you guys can see and understand what to expect in these kind of unique situations. I would just say overall, you just got to be ready for anything. In hindsight, financially, would we have been better off driving an ICE car? And probably, yeah, probably, just because there's gas stations everywhere, no matter if the power's on or off. So probably, but I enjoy the electric, and it's free. It doesn't cost us anything with this unlimited supercharging for us in this, 2016 Model X. So So it's a coin toss, but you know, this is where we're all headed with electric cars, and it's been very, very reliable. If this happened all the time, then yeah, I probably wouldn't be driving an electric car, but this has really only happened to me once, and I've had an electric car since 2016. 2 of them now, in fact, so not a problem at all. So overall, pretty happy. So we're gonna be taking off here after we pack the car, getting it loaded up, and then getting back to Pleasanton. So again, about 6 hours or so, and I'll be doing calls all the way through, but I will be still tracking the time lapse of in between the superchargers, and then giving you guys a rundown about each supercharger, what's good about it, what restaurants are there, etc. So anyways, hope you guys are enjoying the video. We will get back on the road here. Let's do it. All right, about to get started here. So we got the car fully loaded. As a reminder, we're here in Ashland, Oregon. We had to stay at this hotel last night because the superchargers were offline. So we're gonna get started. Kids are all packed, ready to go. Walter's looking really good. Pretty excited. Car's fully packed. Use the frunk. By the way, one of the things I've always done on any Tesla road trip is I've always brought an extra 100-foot extension cord, and obviously the core charger here, so you never know when you're going to need it. And I needed it last night, so I was really happy I did this. So lucky that the superchargers came online, but what if they didn't? And I would have had to stay here all night. That extension cord may have bought me enough juice to get to the next supercharger. So anyways, that is a very important tip. I definitely recommend everyone invest. Look for an Amazon special or something, but get a 100-foot extension cord. Keep it in your car always bring a medical kit, which I do as well, and then obviously your standard charger. So key thing to always make sure you bring. It's a very important item. So let's take a look at where we're at here with our trip. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. So let's see here. Okay, so we're going all the way down to Pleasanton, and we do have a charging in Corning, California, and then Vacaville, and then Pleasanton. So it looks like our next one's going to be at 11:30. That's in about an hour and 40 minutes, so not too bad. So we'll be stopping there, and then getting back on the road. So anyways, you guys have any questions at all, feel free to put comments below. Anything about the superchargers or what I had to do, feel free to put them in there. More than happy to answer those for you guys. But we're going to get back started on the road here, so follow us along. Just got here to Williams supercharger here. So not a lot of superchargers, but this is actually a pretty cool supercharging station, and I'll explain why. So there's a handful of chargers. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like about 11 chargers here. Pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and plug this guy in. The battery's really low, about 12 miles left on the battery. Halfway through my trip, the charger was asking me if I want to go to the next charger down the road, and I decided to do that. So that worked out really well. One of the best things about this particular supercharger is that place right there, and I'm gonna do a full video kind of review of that for you guys. So when you do come into Williams, or if you want to stop at Williams, I definitely recommend that place. It's a lot of really cool food options, good place to eat. You can get a sandwich made, all kinds of great stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and head in there, and I'll show you a video. But before we do that, let's take a look at the charging here. It looks like the charging has started. Right now it's only 52 kilowatts, so we'll keep an eye on that, but hopefully that jumps up a little bit more, given that we're only 13 miles on the battery, so we'll see. All right, we'll do a real quick walkthrough tour of this place. Pretty cool. Definitely highly recommended here in Williams, California, where there's a great supercharger. But this place is kind of special. It reminds me of a store in Napa Valley, which is pretty slick. Go ahead. Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you. Just happened to come in here when there's a bit of a crowd. So obviously you can buy lots of beers, t-shirts, hats. They have a restaurant right here, which looks really cool. Just some good eating. Bunch of souvenirs in here, jellies, jams, homemade stuff, which is really awesome. There is an ATM machine, a place to sit down after you order your sandwich. They also have outdoor seating, which is really good for us because we're gonna bring our dog in. But a lot of fresh meats here if you wanna order some meats and make your own sandwiches. They got cheeses, looks like cakes and some really nice things. Some small salads there, macaroni, potato salad, deviled eggs, some olives, some really good stuff there. Sodas, even a nice little wine area. Also really nice to see that in this area. Over here, they got a lot of really cool pickles, olives, different types of sauces. You can order some pretty unique, the ghost pepper, I've heard of this one. So pretty good stuff, barbecue. Really exciting place. I always like places like this. All this food and items you can get are just amazing. Some pastas, more olives, more dressings, salad dressings, mustards here as well. So pretty cool. This is more of a deli where you can order a sandwich and then they'll just make the sandwich. Give you an idea of ice creams, coffees, slices of pie. Here's some jams, different things here, some popcorn, and then a full-on restaurant and bar as well, which is super awesome. Imagine, not into all the dead animals hanging, but some people might be. But anyways, full-on bar, restaurant in here as well. So pretty cool place. I kind of discovered this about 2 years ago when I was driving through, but pretty cool place. I thought you guys would enjoy this. Just got done charging here, so we have about 215 miles on the battery. Slowed all the way down to 12 kilowatts because we're pretty much full. So this is going to be our last charging station. So luckily, we were able to get here. You can see we're up here right now, and we're going to be going all the way down to here into Pleasanton. We should arrive there with 12% on the battery. So it should be pretty straightforward getting there. About an hour and 52 minutes direct, 119 miles, 119 miles. So pretty direct. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and unplug the car and get ready here. We got the dog and the kids are all in the car. My wife's getting in right now. Everyone's all ready. You guys ready to get home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do this.
All right, we're gonna take care of this. Let's go ahead and unplug. Yeah, there we go. When it turns blue, you can pull it out. All right, and we're gonna get started here, back home. Well, we made it home. So pretty easy trip today. Just that snafu last night, as you guys saw in the video here, but it's about 3:20. Just got home at the house. We're starting to unload the car. Weather here in Pleasanton, it's about 88 degrees right now, about 3:20 in the afternoon. So overall, the car did just fabulous. Tires, wheels did really well. Just everything did really well. The only snafu was that supercharger. But other than that, it was great. And again, you know, each one of these road trips, you kind of learn a couple things. But just for the record, I know I don't want to cause any concerns with the superchargers. I've been using superchargers really for the last couple of years, starting with this car. This used to be my daily for 3 years. And then my wife took it over after that. So it's been her daily. Neither one of us have ever had a problem with a supercharger. So anyways, it just so you know, there's always 1 or 2 times that will happen, but when the power's out in the entire area, it makes sense. It wasn't like it was a fault of Tesla or the supercharger itself. It's just the power grid was out. So that makes perfect sense. Anyways, that's the road trip. I'm going to wrap this up. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. If you have any questions about this 2016 Model X with unlimited free supercharging, just one of the key benefits Tesla offered us when we bought it. But if you have any questions at all about this car or any of the road trips, please feel free to put that in the comments below. More than happy to answer those for you or do any tests on these. I think a really good buy is a good used Tesla because they run for so long. This car in particular only has a little over 72,000 miles on it, and it still runs like it's brand new. You know, I also drive my 2021 Model S long range, and there's not a whole lot of a difference in the driving of those two, except the Model S has the yoke steering, and this has the full steering wheel, which I do like the steering wheel. Anyways, you guys have any questions at all, reach out. Look forward to the next set of videos that are going to be coming out, but I do want to do a few more on the Model X if you guys are interested. So please put a comment below if you'd like to see a few more, or give me a thumbs up if you want a few more on the Model X. That helps me quite a bit. Thanks a lot for your time, guys, and have a great week.